Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another stream. We're getting back with our Bible reading today, and then we're going to be moving on and playing Astral Ascent again, which it has been a minute since we played that. So I'm actually pretty excited to do that. But good afternoon, almost said good morning as per usual. My brain is always on the fritz. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Today we're going to be getting back into John chapter 5 and chapter 6. This is what it's looking like. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into it. I do apologize for having to kind of skip a few streams and the delays and all that jazz, but just trying to figure out my life, my schedule a little bit. But either way, we're gonna keep at it as best we can. Let's see. Make sure you're good, and we'll go ahead and get right into it. All right, so John 5, the healing at the pool on the Sabbath. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Real quick, we're actually going to, and this is something good to do, is try to get the context. Last week we did, or 2 weeks ago, last time we did the stream, we did chapters 3 and 4, but here it's saying after this, right? In the same sense where people make that little joke or whatever, and like, if it says therefore, you need to find out what the verse is there for, what the therefore is there for, right? So after this, let's try to look at the context. Jesus heals an official's son. So at Cana in Galilee, or he made water into wine at Capernaum, let's see, there was a son that was ill. So this is after this scenario. Hopefully my audio is not cutting out. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. There we go. All right. That's right. I remember this actually. Yeah. So Jesus was actually talking to a man, and they actually said that his son was healed of his fever around the same time that he was talking to Jesus. So that's going to be the context for the after this. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, in Aramaic called Bethesda, which has 5 roofed colonnades. And these lay a multitude of invalids, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there, and knew that he had already been there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be healed?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up, and while I'm going another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Get up, take up your bed, and walk." And at once the man was healed, and he took up his bed and walked. Now that day was the Sabbath. So the Jews said to the man who had been healed, "It is the Sabbath, and it is not lawful for you to take up your bed." But he answered them, "The man who healed me, that man said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.'" They asked him, "Who is the man who said to you, 'Take up your bed and walk'?" Now the man who had been healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, as there was a crowd in the place. However, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "See, you are well. Sin no more, that nothing worse may happen to you." The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had healed him. And this was why the Jews were persecuting Jesus, because he was doing these things on the Sabbath. But Jesus answered them, "My Father is working until now, and I am working." This was why the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him, because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. So Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of his own accord, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, that the Son does likewise. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing. And greater works than these will he show him, so that you may marvel. For as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so also the Son gives life, to whom he will. For the Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son, that all may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life. He does not come into judgment, but has passed from death to life. Truly, truly, I say to you, an hour is coming, and is now here, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son also to have life in himself. And he has given him authority to execute judgment, because he is the Son of Man. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming when all who are in the tombs will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. I can do nothing on my own. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will, but the will of him who sent me. If I alone bear witness about myself, my testimony is not true. There is another who bears witness about me, and I know that the testimony that he bears about me is true. You sent to John, and he has borne witness to the truth. Not that the testimony that I receive is from man, but I say these things so that you may be saved. He was a burning and shining lamp, and you are willing to rejoice for a while in his light. But the testimony that I have is greater than that of John. For the works that the Father has given me to accomplish, the very works that I am doing, bear witness about me that the Father has sent me. And the Father who has sent me has himself borne witness about me. His voice you have never heard, his form you have never seen, and you do not have his word abiding in you, for you do not believe the one whom he has sent. You search the scriptures because you think that in them you have eternal life, and it is they that bear witness about me. Yet you refuse to come to me that you may have life. I do not receive glory from people, but I know that you do not have the love of God within you. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If anything comes in his own name, you will receive him. How can you believe when you receive glory from one another and do not seek glory that comes from the only God? Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one who accuses you, Moses, on whom you have set your hope. For if you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote of me. But if you do not believe his writings, how will you believe my words? I hear that echoed a little bit in the story of the rich man and the poor man. When the rich man died and he sees the poor man in Abraham's bosom, basically, one is in, hell's not a thing yet, like nobody's in hell yet technically, but where there's that separation, and he calls out to the man and says, hey, go tell my brothers at least that they may be saved. And he said, if you do not believe Moses, you won't even believe if somebody rises from the dead, which is very interesting. I don't know if he's directly referencing that here or if just the idea is being referenced here, but I do find that interesting. After this, Jesus went away to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, which is the Sea of Tiberias. And a large crowd was following him, because they saw the signs that he was doing on the sick. Jesus went up on the mountain, and there he sat down with his disciples. Now the Passover, the feast of the Jews, was at hand. Lifting up his eyes, then, and seeing that a large crowd was coming toward him, Jesus said to Philip, where are we to buy bread, so that these people may eat? He said this to test him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 denarii worth of bread would be enough for each of them to get a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said to him, there is a boy who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, but what are they for so many? Jesus said, have the people sit down. Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down, about 5,000 in number. Jesus then took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed them to those who were seated. So also the fish, as much as they wanted, and when they had eaten their fill, he told his disciples, gather up the leftover fragments, that nothing may be lost. So they gathered them up and filled 12 baskets with fragments from the 5 barley loaves left by those who had eaten. When the people saw the sign that he had done, they said, this is indeed the prophet who is coming into the world. Who is to come into the world. Perceiving then that they are about to come and take him by force to make him king, Jesus withdrew again to the mountain by himself. When evening came, his disciples went down to the sea, got into a boat, and started across the sea to Capernaum. It was now dark, and Jesus had not yet come to them. The sea became rough because a strong wind was blowing. When they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus walking on the sea and coming near the boat, and they were frightened. But he said to them, "It is I, do not be afraid." Then they were glad to take him into the boat, and immediately the boat was at the land to which they were going. On the next day, the crowd remained on the other side of the sea, saw that there had only been one boat there, and that Jesus had not entered the boat with his disciples, but that his disciples had gone away alone. Other boats from Tiberias came near the place where they had eaten the bread after the Lord had given thanks. So when the crowd saw that Jesus was not there, nor his disciples, they themselves got into the boat and went to Capernaum, seeking Jesus. When they found him on the other side of the sea, they said to him, "Rabbi, when did you come here?" Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you are seeking me not because you saw signs, but because you ate your fill of the loaves. Do not work for the food that perishes, but for the food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give to you. For on him the Father has set his seal." Then they said to him, "What must we do to be doing the works of God?" Jesus answered them, "This is the work of God, that you believe in him who he has sent." So they said to him, "Then what sign do you do, that we may see and believe you? What work do you perform?" "Our fathers ate the manna in the wilderness, as it is written, he gave them bread from the heaven to eat." Jesus then said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, it was not Moses who gave you the bread from heaven, but my Father gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is he who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." They said to him, "Sir, give us this bread always." And Jesus said to them, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst. But I said to you that you have seen me and yet do not believe. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out. For I have come down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I should lose nothing of all that he has given me, but raise it up on the last day. For this is the will of my Father, that everyone who looks on the Son and believes in him should have eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day." So the Jews grumbled about him, because he said, "I am the bread that came down from heaven." They said, "Is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How does he now say, 'I have come down from heaven'?" Jesus answered them, "Do not grumble among yourselves. No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I will raise him up on the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall all be taught by God. Everyone who has heard and learned from the Father comes to me. Not that anyone has seen the Father except he who is from God. He has seen the Father. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes has eternal life. I am the bread of life. Your fathers ate the manna in the wilderness, and they died. This is the bread that comes down from heaven, so that one may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats in this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I will give for the life of the world is my flesh." The Jews then disputed among themselves, saying, "How can this man give us his flesh to eat?" So Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Whoever feeds on my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day. For my flesh is true food, and my blood is true drink. Whoever feeds on my flesh and drinks my blood abides in me, and I in him. As the living Father sent me, and I live because of the Father, so whoever feeds on me, he also will live because of me. This is the bread that came down from heaven, not like the bread the fathers ate and died. Whoever feeds on this bread will live forever." Jesus said these things in the synagogue, as he taught at Capernaum. When many of his disciples heard it, they said, "This is a hard saying. Who can listen to it?" But Jesus, knowing in himself that his disciples were grumbling about this, said to them, "Do you take offense at this? Then what if you were to see the Son of Man ascending to where he was before? It is the Spirit who gives life. The flesh is no help at all. The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life. But there are some of you who do not believe." For Jesus knew from the beginning who those were who did not believe, and who it was who would betray him. And he said, "This is why I told you that no one can come to me unless it is granted to them by him by the Father." After this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. So Jesus said to the 12, "Do you want to go away as well?" Simon Peter answered him, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life, and we have believed and have come to know that you are the Holy One of God." Jesus answered them, "Did I not choose you, the 12? And yet one of you is a devil." He spoke of Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, for he, one of the 12, was going to betray him. Pretty heavy chapter, and like a lot of stuff to wrestle with, to be honest, but I really enjoyed it, honestly. John has been a really good read so far. Yeah, definitely something we're gonna have to chew on. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. It doesn't look like we have any questions or comments. So, oh, hi, Pyro. I didn't see your message there, my guy. Welcome, welcome. Might have dipped already. I don't know why. I think Twitch filters some of these messages out. I gotta fix that. I see it on the screen, but I don't see it on the actual chat itself. But now that we have swapped, or finished doing that, we can switch over. And we'll get the game a-going. And then while I'm doing that, I'm also going to go ahead and check. I actually love the intro to this, by the way. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Fairy Tail, but it gives me very much like Fior, like Fairy Tail, like opening vibes, to be honest with you. Let's see. And then let's go ahead. For this one, I like to connect an actual controller for. This is going to be interesting getting back into, to be honest, because I haven't played it in so long. This game's super addicting, though. It's super fun. Let me go ahead and check real quick, though. Don't mind me. I'm on YouTube, not Twitch. Oh, there you are, man. We're playing Astral Ascent today. That's why I couldn't see ya, because he was on the YouTube chat. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Alright, let me see if I can actually... I remember you playing this. This was super fun. We actually, It's a roguelike, or whatever it's called. So I don't want to say we beat it, but we beat, like, the main story, mostly. We just have a ton of endings that we can get, and DLCs and stuff. I want to see... I would assume it would be under... I want to see if I can actually, change it to windowed mode so that I can see the chat while we're doing this. It doesn't look like there's an option that fits it. There we go. Perfect. Right. There we go. Actually, one last one. If only you guys can see the struggle with how this is being stupid. It's kind of funny though. Basically, whenever I have the game on, it's locking my mouse, so my mouse can't like exit the window that the game is currently in, so I can't like resize it or change it, so I have to hit Windows 30 times to get this working. There we go. Alright. Alright, cool. That should be good. Back to the controller and be golden. Okay. Man, I haven't played this game in so long. Okay, so we got this. We got the combos, the dash, slam. RB is the weapon change. Dude, this is cooler. Like, I knew this was from Dead Cells, but it's kind of cool, like, seeing the additional weapons now that I actually know what it's from, right? Alright. RT's heal, LT's is counter. Y is the abilities. Okay. Oh, I do the exact same thing. Press Windows to access the bottom bar. Yeah, and it depends on the game. Like, it always changes depending on what game you're playing. Some of them, they'll just jump into Windows right away. Some of them will be full screen and they just will not work otherwise. My brother likes to play Rocket League. So if we play Rocket League, or everything like routes through Epic Games for me for some reason. So if I try to press like Windows, right? Like if we're waiting on queuing up for a game or something, if I want to change Windows, my brother uses the chat like in the game itself, and I can't hear him or the game at all unless I click on the tab. So I can't like look at multiple things while I'm playing the game with it. It's really annoying. Why don't I win when I press the win button? Well, I'm learning how to code. Maybe I'll just make a game where that's all you have to do is press the win button to win. Is this new? You can now customize different parts of the garden. Oh, that's cool. Various theme choices for each element. Challenges. Oh, cool. Okay. Fountain. Okay, I see. And we don't have any unlocked yet. Heck yeah. Okay, that's cool. I didn't notice. I thought that was that was new. This isn't new, but I feel like it wasn't this low before, right? I don't know. May as well grab this for today. Oh, it's like trying to tutorial me. I already know how this one works. This is the number of element gambit choices by 1 in the sun. That's not bad. Fall attack damage, tripled. 7-8 Echo gives, a random bonus effect. Those bonus effects are kind of okay-ish. The sun is like always pivotal, so maybe we'll do that. That would be really funny gimmick for a game, but you'd have to avoid making players want to press win. It'd have to be a super short game, probably. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things like I'm sure you guys have heard or seen. There's a game called There Is No Game. Markiplier famously played it, but a lot of people did, and it's hilarious. And it's not that there isn't a game, but it's that you have to, mess with the screen and do wonky things to try to find out where the game is actually, and there's actually like a hidden story behind it. So if I were to do something like that, it would probably be like gimmicky, right? And the win button might be like, click the win button for, to win each level. But like one level could be you click on it, but the moment your mouse hovers over the win button, it teleports somewhere else, which has been done in a game before, but it would be something like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can go about it, for sure. Okay, it's just a tap down to do that. I will say, I like Dead Cells combat a lot. I like the movement in Astral Ascent a lot better, though. I'm trying to think. We could just go straight into one. Hi? New character? New character, okay. What's up? Alright. Hi. But you have to purchase it. Okay, another DLC purchase. That's fine then. Okay. Anchor above will grant a bonus to some pieces acquired. Alright, we're just gonna go into one and do a round. Since it's been a minute since I've done this, we might not... Actually, doing just the base tiers and then just the no healing rooms, because we don't choose healing rooms anyway. That might be a good starting point. Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, the movement in Dead Cells is hard for me. The climbing up ledges is kind of annoying. I wouldn't even say, like... I'm not saying it's not... It doesn't make it hard, per se. I don't like the design of it, if that makes sense. Well, I don't dislike the design of it, but I think some of it is designed poorly, if that makes sense, right? Something I love, for example, in Astral Ascent, you can combo in the air, it slows your fall, you can dash, so you can combo, dash, jump, combo freely, and then do that. Like, all that's really fluid. You can chain it together. But what I thought was genius when we first started playing this game is that if you hit an enemy, it resets your jump and dash. And that is a really good way of keeping movement fluid and fast, right? In Dead Cells, it feels like the movement's working against you a lot of the time. Whenever you're wanting to fall, it just kind of like, you know, climbs right back up, kind of like Silksong, where you just grab the ledge constantly. But it's so sensitive that it feels really annoying. Yeah, and just some of the movement's kind of wonky. So I feel like it's more... It's not that the system itself is bad. I think it's really good and interesting. I just think there are parts about it that are poorly designed that could be reworked. Alrighty.
Spell.
That is a spell, Kieran. Good job. Let me see. Strike by 50% is not bad at all in the beginning. This is something I miss about this game too, by the way, like the mixing auras to become OP type of thing. There's a lot of RNG about it, so you can't like just pick your favorite combination to start every time, but when you can get some crazy ones, it's so fun. Increase strength of fire each enemy with freeze, frostbite damage up. On dash, we apply freeze. Okay, so this is a freeze build that gives us strength, and dash applies freeze, so that's not bad. Swords invasion, increase ice sword damage. On ice sword, it creates a spirit sword, increases spirit sword damage. This doesn't have a way of generating any of them, though, so I feel like this might be the best. This would be the best, but we would eventually want to replace it. If enemy life is full, we get a vulnerability. We heal on spell casting, though. I feel like this is better. I kind of want to do the ice one, but... I don't know why it's giving me a tutorial again. It made sense on the first one. It's just because it's been so long that I've played it. Okay. Energy. Ultimate beam. I want to see what that looks like. Oh, that's cool. Okay. 2 to 8 hits. I like to focus on the ones that are very specifically like multi-hits for single targets, you know what I mean? Although this would provide movement, and it's neutral, which isn't bad. Movement and high damage. Sorry, it is going to be a little slow in the beginning, just because I'm like trying to remember everything. Nope. Okay. And then, don't know what you are. Cool. Alrighty. I'm gonna do this one first.
Let's seize the day.
Oh, and we get a bunch of random echoes, too. Okay, so barbecues, I forgot we had. When Auras is recycled, he creates a new one. I think these two are randoms, probably. After seeing a spell, Karen appears and creates a giant water dragon. Okay, so we got snowflakes. It's gonna be funny seeing a second Karen, but alright. When mana is low, she grows a tree. Cool. That looks new. On a king counter, it creates a psychic barrier. That is new. What the heck? Barrier reduces damage I take by 30%. Okay, so it's a damage reduction thing. First hit summons a radiant flare. Okay, there's a lot of new crap apparently in this game. It bounces 5 times between enemies. Damage reduced by 30. Cooldown summons a spirit orb. It increases the cooldown though. We'll go ahead and try that one out. Okay. Before we go down there, is there any secrets? No. Did not mean to do all that, but alright. Wait! Ow. Gosh dang it. Noise. Gimme. Is it just platforms? Yeah, okay. I've been replaying Silk Song, if you guys weren't aware. So I'm like, very much in that mindset of check behind every single corner for secrets. Even though I know it's not necessarily this kind of game. I don't think I have any keys yet, do I? I've got 5? Alright. I guess I had that thing where I start with a ton.
Nether of power.
Gimme. Okay, where you're looking ahead of time really matters when you do that move. It's still cool as crap, though.
Okay. Next portal, please.
Target badge. We're not going for Ice Affinity. Joey Smite. And costs 3 mana. I don't know what that is, but I guess it's the best of the options that we got. But it has to be level 10 plus, so we'll like bank that for later.
Weird. Third.
Nice. Oh, gosh dang it. Got him. Okay, definitely aura. No secrets over here, right? No. That's new. Normally you'd have to kind of just guess. Ice thrower. Is this neutral though? No, it's electric, but it's another ultimate beam. 50% electrified. Why not? Just get stronger moves. That's lucky. Where do I see the level? It's right there. Okay, so we're gonna level up the same one then.
Powerful.
This game's so relaxing sometimes, dude. I don't think that. Yeah, so we'll do this one.
Elite, you're already dead.
The power of mushrooms! Ow.
You can count on me.
There we go. Okay, it does just summon a second one. That's funny. Hello! Ow.
Out of juice.
I'm out of magic! Nice. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, where to next?
Alright, sweet. Which one do we get? Combustion on dash. Enemies with freeze. You can apply electrify, and that's it. None of these are really great. And we get one reset. Summons a Nimbus for every 9 mana spent. Yeah, it's better than nothing, I guess.
Ancient ruins.
Um, That seems a little too passive. I might do this one.
I'll have that.
Looks like we might be going like electric build at this point. Okay. We could do the void. I mean, why not? The RNG isn't the craziest. So if we die here, ain't no big loss. Ow. Oh, I need to pay attention to which move I'm doing. Ow. That's pretty easy. Gimme.
Cool. I needed that.
We did. Alright, let's see. We're going to electric build. We're probably going to keep both of these. 2 to 8, 168. That one looks a lot stronger, so we might double down on you. And then you. Each hit... Okay, that's not bad. Heck yeah. We don't have a lot of health to use, but we do have a full heal.
Am I?
So we might be able to do a decent bit. Alright, let's see. I want to start leveling this one up just because it is pretty strong. Pretty strengthy.
Feather. Hey! Stop it! Stop it!
No. Let's see. That's at 6. Now we need 140. Wow. We need more than 5 HP. I'm almost tempted, but nah, we're not gonna go that crazy with it. We could do with more gambits, wouldn't be bad. Yeah, definitely over quartz. We'll do the trial in a second. Let me snag you.
Little friend.
Nice. I am notoriously bad at these, so... Oh. Okay, we're getting chased. Wait. No! No, 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 no! What do you mean? That fast? That's insane. You don't even give me a second to warm up? Alright, whatever. That's lame. That's also about how those normally go for me. I have no keys, dude. I like how Kieran's basically Goku now. Nice. Nothing over there? No. Cool. I don't care about you. Don't care about you. They're all neutral. I might just sell, unfortunately. Yeah.
Maybe one portal will lead home.
Oh, we can see Cetus. Or we can get an Echo. Echoes can be really strong. And this is just a Gambit. Which Gambits are needed, but... Oh, I appreciate you hanging out, Pyro, man. Definitely take it easy.
Yes.
Let's see... Okay, so after a counter... Discounts... Spell refresh, Superior, cast tornado. That does spark, which fits with us doing electric. I think I'll do that one. On spell refresh, so that's using all 4. And another aura. Got him. That's so cool, like summoning a second Kieran there. Okay, we can go up or right.
You can count on me.
Nice. I still have no keys. Okay, the tornado thing's kind of cool. Hang on, we have keys now. Can I go back? Yeah, we can do the first one. This is like the first one of these that we found that's not good. Alright.
Huh. Where to next?
Every 5 Thunderstrikes created, cast the Eye of Judgment. Can we even make Thunderstrikes? On each hit, there's a small chance. Okay, we have a very tiny % chance of it. I guess we'll do that for now and then try to get something that actually lets us do Thunderstrikes consistently. Ah.
Sitting on benches is really cool for abs.
The Hollow Knight would
Lovely
agree.
to see you.
So definitely needs strength. We'll do health. Do mana or armor. I'll do mana.
Another day, another drink. Make yourself at home.
I don't think we have... Yeah, we don't have access to that at all.
Hey,
And
love to
then-
make some punches with me? Win, and I'll help you out. Bummer. Let's try.
No thanks, you're kind of a little ridiculously OP. So we'll pass for now. Frickin' heck. So every 9 mana spent. That's the only one we can do, and it's not worth it, so we're good. Alright. None of the we get okay. We have a few free resets, so that's good. Okay, so we have 2 electrics that we can buy. That's actually really good. I think that's worth it. We need like more gambits, which I wish we had more money to like actually kind of do. But
Did I get lucky?
it's so-so. Hang on, current comet, you. Okay, so we'll be trading on one of our ultimate beams, but this will get our last one to be an electric. So we have like all electric type moves now. Definitely want a slot unlocker. Those are too valuable to pass up. You're my highest level one, so we're gonna do you. And then our last free one. Electrify. Thunderstrike is what we need, yeah? Each hit, there's a chance to generate 1. Okay, we really need that for sure. Each hit applies Electrify. We just need more like electric in general. I love that sound effect, it's so good. Each hit a lightning orb. Okay. Not bad, not bad. That's sweet. So Carrying comment. We want to spam as much as we can. Boss ring. How do we cycle again? Okay, it is LB. Alright, sweet.
See you next time.
Alright, not looking too bad.
Things are getting serious.
I don't know about that. Alright, who are we fighting first? It'd be funny if they commented on how long it's been since I've been here. I haven't seen this dude in a minute.
This time, my vision will come to life.
What? Oh, this stupid books. Sir? What are you doing? Oh, he's dead. That was quick.
The
Let's
thoughts
go.
of my vision coming true in the near future makes me feel strangely restless.
Wookie. Waiter. Heck yeah. Okay, what we get? Nothing we want, it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna sell one and see if we can get something good on our reroll. And the answer is no. Fall attack, we can create ice. No. And I can't resell it again. So we'll just take it for now.
A new aura power.
Nothing good, but it is what it is. That's the spell turret thingy, blah blah blah. What about you? Oh, is it the same? Alright, let's go here then.
Dry air. Feels like the infinite caravan.
Alright, what we got? Basic hit has a chance to give us more magic. It's not bad. Crits, we're not doing crits. Manaverous, I like that. I say restoring mana so we can spam our spells more is probably the best. Okay, signature spell, crits every time. In a rage. Each enemy hit by it creates a radiance flare. Counter, counter, counter. Unsuccessful king's counter. If your takes damage in 3 seconds, reflect 400. Dude, quadruple damage? That's kind of crazy. But you have to get hit for it. So I think we're just going to take the 100% crit rate. Let's see, we got 5. I think we're good on keys then. Gimme. Nice. Why are you blue? What? Are you just... Okay. That was weird. That way. Nice.
That's for my spell, right?
Yep.
My spell absorbed its power.
Nice. Alright, so we got 1 to max, which is huge. Okay, at least we got one that kind of fits. Plasma evokes energy beam on enemy. That has another chance for electrify. Okay. So this one's only a 2-hit, so we'll go ahead and snag it there.
Portals, portals, portals. Boring. So far, so good.
Oh,
Hey, Glow
so
buddy. Doing some solo training?
No, I was waiting for you.
What's going on? I'm up for a brawl.
I'd like to get out of here. Show me you're up to the task, and I'll reward you handsomely. Not even gonna ask about the reward, huh? Now that's what I call gutsy.
let's see what we doing. I think this is one where we just get ambushed
I'm gonna destroy you.
with a random challenge. Take no damage? I don't know if we're gonna be able to. I don't have enough magic. Just keep standing there doing nothing. I'll take it. I was facing the right! Let's go. Okay. Heck yeah. Alright, I'll take it. Got a ton of keys for that. And an aura room.
Let's do this.
My thoughts exactly. Naruto's near, apparently. That's not good. Ugh.
Thanks for the tickets.
Nice.
Aliens are coming to fight me.
Am I damaging him? Oh no, they're gone! Oh, that's sad. Crap. Oh, I killed him already. I'll take it. This guy's just gonna stand there again. Alright, I'm not complaining. We'll sell you. Nice. Alright, so we got one guy at level 10. 201. So yeah, it's a 2-8 at 300, 2-8 at 270. Yeah, I think we'll work on that one next.
Maybe one portal will lead home.
Spellcast create 2 sparks. Okay. That kind of fits, I guess. Okay, Curse Telescope. The sun. We already have all electric. So there's actually not much of a point in going to the sun, so the Ford's just probably better.
Let's make my spells stronger.
Increase all the levels by 1. I can just pick up one, or I can get a unlock on all of them. So that's basically 3 unlock slots. That one's really good for super high damage and a ton of hits. So I really like that move. It's like really good for single targets too, and it's really easy to like focus fire. So I might do that one. Let me see, the Carrying Comet's really good too though. Let me see, 311 and 521. The Kieran Common's actually just straight up better. It's not as direct. But it's pretty close. But what would we switch it with? The beam. Probably one of the two beams. Create plasma. Electrify. Probably this one then. Kieran Comet. Electric.
A spell!
And we got 4 levels for it too. Alright, not bad. I don't know if Taurus was that good. I don't remember. Let's do this one.
Almost there.
Are you kidding? I dashed through it and it like stuck me to the freaking line like glue. Are you kidding? I'm gonna be honest. All those ones are stupid. They're dumb. I don't recognize them. They're dumb. Andromeda trials suck. Come on, lame. Nice.
A mutant monster! Don't cry, you have no chance.
Sweet. Now let's see.
That's more money than I ever had on the caravan.
See, 3-3, 3-4, let's take it.
Another day, another room. Elite spotted. I need magic fast.
You can count on me.
Nice.
What's
Okay. Void would be good. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I shouldn't be here.
Ow. Got him.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Get him with a Kamehameha.
Nice.
Alright, let's see. Um... I say we sell it. Just because none of them fit anyway, so we may as well do it for later. Oh, we got the sun anyway, okay. Sun can have the sun's cool though. Like we do need more gamuts, but I kinda like this I kinda like this location. Plus they have like really powerful abilities too.
Get a raise.
Oh, for sure. Oh, and I can just choose one straight up. That's actually sick. Okay, that's actually perfect.
Nice.
Okay. We don't care about that. This one, Thunderwalk. For every 5 Thunder Strikes created, we get the Eye of Judgment. So it's Thunder Strikes that we want. Okay, each hit is a 50% chance for 1 Thunder Strike. Is this what that telescope thing did? It gives us a whole extra one of these? That is actually insane, and I'm very glad I picked that. If that's the case, bro. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. Just double it up.
Elite monster head. Told you.
I need to counter so I can activate the ability. Nice. Got him. Heck yeah.
Right on time for our cocktail hour.
Let's just do strength. Attack speed's always really good. Heck yeah.
World. Then I've seen many.
That one's maxed. I don't care about the ice one. On spellcast, we create sparks. On spark hit, 10% chance for a thunder strike. That actually would fit in well with what we're already doing. That's actually not bad. That's only 10% though. On hang on, at 3 sparks on spark hit 10%. So potentially 3 10% chances per every spell. Yeah, why not?
Powerful aura.
Slot unlocker for sure. Yes, that's exactly what we want, more Thunder Strikes. Heck yeah. And then refresh. Plasma. Lightning Orb. I only have enough space for 3 more. 2 plasma. 50% still better. Dang, okay, hold up. Each hit. 2 20% chances for a Thunder Strike. And an Electrify. That's 3 Gambits on 1. 3 to 5 is 381, hang on. So we're gonna keep both Carrying Comets. Twin Dragon Punch is a 2, 650 is insane. The Beam is a 2 to 8 and 344. This is a 3 to 5, 381. Maybe switch it with Ultimate Beam? Might be worth it. Can I see it? Thunderstrike. We got 2 Thunderstrike abilities. Yeah, I think for the Thunderstrike alone it's worth it, actually. I was gonna say no, but... just for more opportunities for that, I think is worth. Carrying Comet at level 4.
New
I'll do that
power.
one. I think that's worth it. 50%'s not bad. That's on each hit. That's only 2 hits, so let's do this one for it. And then we'll do another refresh. Ooh, 30% for Thunder. Okay. Heck yeah. I think that's all we can do for now. This is not working how it normally does. What the frick? Oh, here we go. The spell's level 10 plus. Okay. I think it already is attached to that one, so we should be fine.
See you next time.
Too late to turn around.
Alright. Let me check something real quick, and then we'll head right into it. Alright, who we get this time? Oh, this dude's cool.
You'll never stop, will you?
Turns out, I'm a very slow learner when it comes to authority.
Ignoring advice is how I got into this spot. You'll come to regret this.
Ow. Get him. Hi? I was like, is it gonna do anything? Ow. Crap. Oh, I actually might die. Oh, shit.
Expected.
Dang. We had a really weird build, though, to be fair. So I'm not really super worried about it. That's the unfortunate thing with a lot of the RNG with this, is it makes it so rare to get certain things that you want.
What are you gonna get? Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Kieran!
See it? Let's see. I knew. Here's here right above. Cool. Alright, looks like a pre-roll's off, so I'm gonna go ahead and run that real quick, and then we are gonna go ahead and start another run. And that might be the last run of tonight. Alright.
Hold on tight, my child.
Enemy deck, lightning orb. Enemy with electrify, gain velocity. Attack speed plus 20 isn't bad though. Spell hit, pacification. Do I risk a reroll? I kind of want to salvage it. I don't think any of these are exactly what we want. Oh, he doesn't reroll those ones. Gosh dang it. Whatever. It is what it is. Alright. The Forge. Receives. We'll do this one, obviously. They really want me to use that Psychic Barrier, man. First enemy can counter sense of Radiant Flare. Sounds kind of cool. Oh, let's try that out. Why not? And then what echoes do we have? Every 300 coins collected, a chest of 3 keys is generously offered. Okay.
You wanna taste my fist? Another elite from my collection.
Oh, these guys are new.
You were so good, Kieran. Nothing coming out.
What is happening? Oh, it's those special enemies. Oh, frick. Okay. No, don't run away. Got him.
Elite spotted.
Oh my gosh, I might die already, dude.
Good elite monster is a dead monster.
Wheel. This is already not looking too good.
Another day, another room.
This is like the DLC map stuff, though. Where the heck are you? Did he just spawn out of existence? Oh, there you are. Can I not dodge those? That's kind of crazy. Alright. Let's do attack speed and armor. What do you do? What? Oh, that's sick. And then it just regrows. That's so cool. Let's get it.
That's Frollo.
Which one are we doing again? Okay, I think it just went neutral on this one. Did not mean to click whatever I just clicked. Let's see. Alright, so we haven't really picked anything yet. Each hit has a chance for poison. Let's just get money. That should lower our thing, right? Yeah. That works.
Time to punch the clock.
Oh my gosh. Those laser guys, man, you just cannot dodge.
Ruins means treasure. Treasure means spells.
So we have an ignition. Spinal 3. That's a random over time. I'd rather do something more boss focused. Neutral into 140. Is that the zoom one? It's not bad, but it's not the best. How much damage is it?
I'll have that.
Yeah, we'll do that one.
You.
So,
It is time to overthrow the master. If these skills of yours are... It's a race. While you're up there,
oh, okay. Let's go. Easy.
congratulations.
Gimme. The forge for sure.
Let's tinker and do stuff with my spells.
That was always really strong. Let's go to do that. I think we're gonna go for neutral this time.
A spell.
Just because we haven't set into anything yet. And then why not do the void? Oh, wrong button. I keep pressing the wrong button. I'm trying to dash, but for some reason... Ow. That's what I'm trying to do. Got him.
Here in 1, creepy boss, a 0.
I think this heals me anyway.
That's more money than I ever had on the caravan.
Not much.
Cool. I needed that.
Sodom Looker for sure. And then each hit has a chance to restore mana. Yeah, I think we'll do that one.
Can I hang around? Please, 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 please.
Disorienting weapon. So many crit hit options. This is so weird. Only 3 resets. Is that our old fave? No, it's not. Not even close. Is there a random buff now? We could do the missile generation. Or I can RNG it and roll for another one to try to get what we want. Yeah, screw it. Enemies with burn. Chance of a crit. Enemy with burn. Can heal. Dash gets toxic gas. I guess.
A new aura power.
Do we dare?
Okay, this is gonna be hard. Nothing coming out.
Oh my gosh, this dude just will not miss. Oh my gosh, stop!
Not today.
These things with their lasers are insanely annoying. Like, holy dude, they do not miss. I mean, they do, but like, frickin' heck, they make it hard.
My boss always said, "Don't you think you should take a break now?"
Alright. What up?
Greetings.
Nice.
Save your breath. Good to see you, Kieran.
I'll take it.
You're the best. I mean it.
Oh, wrong one. I meant to take the purple one. Nice. Emre, how's it going, dude? Welcome, welcome, man. He says, if our destiny is written, where is our free will? Something I would highly recommend, I'm assuming you're referring, like, you know, to biblical theology and so on. It is tough. Most things that we understand are nuanced. Something I will add to that. The Bible speaks of our free will, but the Bible also speaks of God foreknowing everything. So there's this understanding of sovereignty. God can know everything that will happen, but that doesn't mean that he forces it to happen. But at the same time, he can allow us to make decisions, right? So I think the first step when it comes to that, because that's a very complicated issue, is just understanding that it is nuanced. A lot of people will compare it to, like, say you've watched a movie before. You know what's going to happen, but it doesn't take away the free will of the choices that people make. But a way that I also like to think about it is the fact that I don't think it's 100% we do everything without God interacting. But I also don't think God controls every aspect of what we do and believe, right? Obviously, take Revelation, for example. You know, it's gonna happen. You know, Jesus sacrificing himself was gonna happen. There's certain things that God will put his hand in and make happen, right? And he can interact with the world. But there are clear situations in scripture where it shows that we do have free will and we do make our own choices. So I think I would take the stance on free will does exist. It is your choice whether or not to accept Jesus Christ, but also understanding that there's a lot of nuance to it, and that it is a really complicated subject, because it really is. Yeah, so that's my foundation for it. We can keep talking about it if you want, but I think that's the place I like to start with it, just because it's such a complicated topic. What about you, though? What are your thoughts on it? See if we can get any good rerolls. I don't believe any religion. Oh, okay. But I try to find. I'm trying to find it. I'm a soldier. My actions might be open to moral questioning, and to tell you the truth, I sometimes feel regret. Well, if it's any point of relation, I was never deployed, but I did serve in the Air Force. I was a firefighter in the Air Force, so if that's anything that, you know, you want to talk about and stuff like that, in general, regardless of anybody's experiences and stuff like that, you guys can always feel free to discuss. Also, with that being said, you know, yeah, feel free all the questions and all that stuff. You said that you feel like your decisions might be open to moral questioning. I find there's a balance. In scripture, like, God does allow whoever is in power to be in power, right? It doesn't mean that everything we do is, you know, morally just or perfect, but God allows who he allows to be in power, whether it be Biden, whether it be Trump, like, whatever you feel like about it, right? So, and it's funny, my church actually just talked about this, about people in the military, feeling kind of conflicted about it. In Daniel, which you might not be familiar, but basically in the Old Testament, Daniel was under the rule of a king who he didn't serve God, right? And he actually loved Daniel. He actually really liked Daniel. And his supervisors really didn't. So they wanted to basically manipulate him to try to kill Daniel. So what they did is they talked to the king, hey, we should have a day or a period of time where people are only allowed to worship you because you're the best, right? Like, you know, and if anybody does otherwise, like, you know, try to get him to sign into the decree, you have to worship him as the king only. They did this knowing Daniel wouldn't follow it, obviously. The king didn't think twice about it. And then Daniel, which he prayed towards Israel, he prayed 3 times a day daily. Even though it was law, and even though we are called to follow the law of the land, we don't do so when it conflicts with, you know, what's biblically right, what God calls us to do. That's the nuance there. And just to finish that up, if you're curious about the story, you know, the king was actually pissed off at them, but that's the story in the Bible, if you've ever heard about Daniel in the lion's den, where he ended up sleeping with the lions and they didn't end up killing him. And then, because he had to follow the law the decree that he signed, he was kind of, the king had like his hand twisted there. But I say that to show that God does call us to, you know, obey the laws of the land. But and this is a good way of looking at it, there's a wisdom you should have to it, right? Because I can't tell you in every situation, listen to the military. And it's like, yeah, well, there's some messed up stuff they might tell you to do, or there might be somebody who says something messed up that you obviously shouldn't do, right? So there's a bit of wisdom you have to use with it. But I'd say in general, in most cases, you know, it depends on your situation, right? But I feel like you can feel free, you know what I mean, in what you're going through and like dealing with the military and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I don't feel like that's on you in most cases. You said sometimes I want forgiveness, but sometimes I said to myself, I do what I have to do. You know, I bought a Bible today. That's awesome, dude. We actually did a reading of John earlier today. I would highly encourage, like, make your focus Jesus. To put it as simply as possible, God made the world and allowed sin to come into the world so that you're talking about free will earlier. We have the free will to choose him or not. Love can only exist if it's freely given, right? You can't force people to love you. So there's a lot that we don't know. But the Old Testament, where if you ever think about the Bible and the laws and the rules and blah, 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 the Old Testament is about, this is God's standard because God is perfect. And because he's a perfect judge, right, he can't just let people get away with sin. But God is also perfect love. So he sent Jesus Christ to live the perfect life in place of our sin. God basically made it meet perfectly in the middle where he can deliver justice, but he gives us the option of turning to him, loving him, accepting him, right? And when you accept what Jesus did for you, when you're not trying to do it on your own merit, right? that's basically our key to be able to be redeemed to God through Christ. So Old Testament rules we can't keep. Turns out that was God's point, is he had that so that we understood we can't meet it, and that was our need for Jesus Christ, right? So Jesus is the focal point. I'd say that's the biggest thing in just learning who Jesus is and making that the center of like your search. If you're finding yourself interested, like focus on that, because that's more than, you know, oh, following the rules or do this, that, whatever. That stuff's important, but whether or not Jesus died on the cross and rose again, that is the pinnacle of it all. Like, if that didn't happen, then none of it matters, right? So I would just put your focus on that, for sure. And like I said, if you have any questions or want to talk about anything, I love talking about this stuff. But hopefully that gives you something to grasp on. And I mentioned John earlier. A lot of people recommend reading John first. Like, reading the Gospels is really good. But John is a very focused on, you know, the love of God gospel with the perspective that he writes from. So it's a really good one to start with. I'm from Turkey and I was Muslim. I went to Ukraine in 2023. And that's where I started drifting away from God. Gotcha. Okay. I know I'm quiet, I'm just thinking. I just find it very interesting. But it sounds like he's drawing you. It sounds like he's drawing you. And Jesus even says himself, like, none come to the Father unless come to him unless the Father draws him. So the fact that you're feeling curious is proof that that the Father is drawing you to him. How you respond is up to you, but that's really cool, man. That's really awesome. And we all have situations like that too, by the way. Definitely don't let feeling bad about something keep you from God, if that makes sense. I struggle with that myself a lot, and I need to stop. But now I'm trying to find myself and some creator or something like that. Well, like I said, I would highly recommend look for truth. You know, look for the truth and the facts. Look into the life of Jesus. Do things stand up to the evidence? Like, really look into it. Because at the end of the day, like in the book of Ecclesiastes, King Solomon talks about how nothing in life matters if God doesn't exist, right? Ultimately, everything is meaningless. Like, it sounds like a very negative book, but when you really get into it, the whole point of it is to express how logically at the end of everything, how important God is, right? And I would highly encourage you, just look for what's true, right? Look for what's true. Open your heart to God. If you pray to him, you know, it can be something as simple as, I don't know if you exist, just please show me. You know what I mean? Show me what the truth is. Like, I don't want to believe in something just to believe in something, you know? But yeah, I would definitely do that. Because you want something that is a solid foundation, right? You don't want to just find something to find something. You want to find, like, what is actually true and what is right. And what will stand the test of time, you know? So, I'm excited for you though, man. Keep searching. I want to find true. I don't want to be going the true way. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And like I said, dude, start with the Gospels. Gospel of John, a lot of people recommend. Really look into it, man. Really open your heart to God. Yeah, and I pray he reveals himself to you, man, and he moves in your life in a great way. Because he will change everything in your life, dude. He will. It's not easy, but Jesus is more than worth it. I guess we can do that one.
A gambit!
It's on spellcast. Probably want to do. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, I'll definitely be praying for you too. It's definitely the most important thing, honestly, because you got to consider and I'm glad you're seeking this, is this life is so short compared to eternity, man. It really is. But even at the end of the day, once you find God, once you find Jesus and you see that he is the truth, man, it's not, oh, I don't want to go to the bad place, so I want to go to the good place. Like, when you see how good God is, man, it's going to overwhelm you. Like, I can't even begin to describe it, dude. You really get to the point to where it's like, you know, I don't want to just go to heaven because I don't want to go to hell, you know what I mean? I want to go to heaven because I want to be with God forever, right? And secondarily, I want to be obviously with all the people, you know, I love forever too, but you'll realize that there's a hole inside of you that you're trying to fill with, everyone's trying to fill with something, right? And God is the only one who can fill that need, that desire that we have. I'm leaving the military next month and will set aside some time for myself. Oh, congrats, dude. I hope it's a good thing, a good leaving. I left myself a couple years ago and it was a pretty tough transition, but it was definitely worth it. I'll probably do another reset. Not really getting anything super worth it. That looks cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'll pop it on that one. You checked the Bible? What do you mean? It'll probably be our last one. Okay, this will probably be our last one. We have like no money left. Yeah, I guess that's it. Jesus is very devoted, I mean. Gotcha.
See ya.
My body is ready.
He did everything for people. And you'll notice too, when he talks to the Pharisees, he also challenges them a lot. Not on what the Bible says, but he says that they don't understand the heart of the law. For example, nowadays, a good point, like, you know what I mean, where it says, or actually, let's ignore that, but there's actually a point where they tried trapping Jesus, you know what I mean, kind of talking about, you know, a woman, or whether or not, you know, divorce was okay. And he actually points out and mentions how, you know, God commanded Moses and did that. He allowed that because they were hard-headed, but he said in the beginning it was not so, meaning the original design was Adam and Eve, but divorce was allowed because they were refusing to do otherwise, right? And they're trying to argue that it was okay. So it's actually not the ideal, it's not good. But God was basically saying, like, if you're going to do it, then do it this way. And it's really interesting, a lot of the context. Good context there, too, by the way, is the command to give a divorce certificate. Back then, what they would do is, like, a lot of men would divorce their wives, go sleep around, and then as soon as the wife would try to go out on her own, he would say, no, you're still my wife, you don't have any proof that I divorced you, and take them back. So the certificate of divorce was actually a protection for women as well. So there's like a lot of context in there that was involved. But anyway, the point of that was Jesus getting at the heart of it is they will oftentimes look for loopholes, or the law technically says this, so all this stuff around it is okay. Not all, but a good example is, like, there are rabbis today, Jewish rabbis, who think that pornography is okay because it's not technically sleeping with someone, so it's not actually lust, when obviously that's not the case, and they're not understanding the heart of the law, the point behind it. They're playing off of technicalities. He did everything for people. Despite being betrayed, he asked God to forgive them. That's honestly another really telling point that you make too, absolutely. You know, and he wasn't just betrayed, he was brutally beaten. Roman crucifixion is one of the most horrid ways to die. Most people died carrying their cross on the way to die. People don't know what the catted nine tails is, man, which is what he got whipped with. Bleeding from his head from the crown of thorns, dude. They were mocking him, like, it was horrible. And he still would say that. Anybody else would be angry, like, profusely, dude. It really breaks your heart. But at the same time, understanding that Jesus did that for you,
I see
you know,
got
for me
Virgo with
individually,
you.
like all of
That's
us.
cheating.
Still think this whole thing is a game?
Of course. At least I'm not betraying our master.
Which I admit comes as a surprise. You and I both know that you're no stranger to betrayal.
Oh.
I'm on a new spell. This is it. Time to shine.
Oh, crap! He's so close to death. There we go. Man, thank you for the stories and advices. I hope I can find my way. And when I finish the Bible, I'll tell you. Absolutely. Honestly, and don't be a stranger too, man. Like, when you finish the Bible, it's 66 books, man. It's a lot. And I can tell you, I've been a Christian for a long time, and I can do a study on like one of the smallest books of the Bible, and it will take me a while to get like a lot out of it because there's so much. Just take it one day at a time. You know what I mean? There's just, you're never going to stop learning. You know what I mean? I have my pastor actually just got his doctorates. He just got his doctorates in studying the Bible. And he emphasizes in the fact that a lot of the times he's like, man, my answer is just sometimes I just don't know. It's so complicated. There's so much meat, you know what I mean, in the scriptures. So, but absolutely, man, I love having you. And I'm really glad that you reached out, dude. Honestly, it kind of made my day, my weekend, to be honest. So, really happy to have you, man.
Three keys.
Let's see. Yeah, you as well, dude. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, man. You take it easy. It was great talking to you, dude. Partial is a lead. There's a burn. Should we start going towards fire? Maybe.
This'll help.
Or a collector, actually. Oh, that's actually huge.
Always been fond of rocky places.
The RNG has not been great today. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, we can start moving towards that, I guess. Condition. Yeah, let's just do that. Reduce, reduce cooldown over 2 seconds for each enemy killed. Increases damage. That wouldn't be bad. Let's do that one. got a ton. We got so many keys. We gotta work on spending them, because jeez.
That's for Loon.
Ow. Wait. Okay, we got it. Kai Chronix, I think is how I say it. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. How's your weekend going? Yes, sir. Are you saying I actually got that right? I'm terrible at names. Alright, well, heck yeah. And welcome, welcome. How's your night, day going? I'm just blown away. I actually got a name pronunciation right. I had no faith in that.
My spell absorbed its power.
That's going pretty good, actually. Got a decent bit done today. I haven't played this game in a minute either, and they've made, I wouldn't say a lot of changes, but a lot of updates, which has been kind of cool. Let me see. That's just on cast, so I could probably do a low hit one. Probably that one. Usually I get KY Chronix or Kit Chronix, so I'm happy. I was a little like tempted like something different like that too, but I just went for it, so heck yeah. Is it a reference to anything, or does it have to do with your name? Whoops.
That's for my spell, right?
Whenever I do games and stuff, I go by Vadix, which is actually... There are two different sources of where I got that name from. But a lot of people, some people will try to say like Vadix or Vadix or some weird pronunciation. So I do kind of get where you're coming from, to be honest with you.
Spell absorbed its power.
Oh, you just made it up? That's so cool.
My power is ready.
About time. Ouch. What? I thought you were dead! Okay, he's blue. Alright, he's gone. There he is. Changed my name for a while, rotated through names because people thought I was a stoner. But I came back to this and I haven't gotten it since. Oh, okay, well that's good at least. They thought you were a stoner because of your name? That's interesting. I had friends years upon years ago who thought similar of me just because I had a very relaxing voice, I guess, is what they told me. Which I was kind of shocked. I did not think I came across that way at all, but... Apparently some people thought that was the case. Oh, Chronic is a kind of weed slang? I did not know that, actually. At least that makes sense then. It was just a term that you're unaware of.
I gotta punch 'em all.
What? Okay, that was unlucky. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him quick!
So good here.
Nice. Yeah, apparently it's gonna... Gotcha. We're not getting lucky with the Aura's RNG at all of these. Do I have a... I do not have a heal. I googled it. Googled it. Chronic is good weed. Oh, I see. Yeah, I had no idea, to be honest. Hey, thanks so much for the follow. Bro can read my name, but can't read Google. Wait, what? What? I could read Google. What are you talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about somebody else. I hope.
My team would be so happy.
We go random. We go fire on this one.
But smelly.
I think I only get to pick one with Cretus. I don't remember though. Okay, well, just in case, we'll do Fire Shield first. See, Fire Shield. It's on spell cast, so we'll probably do a single hit one. Oh, we get all three. Okay, cool. Never mind. You play this often, never heard of it? I actually don't. I played it a while back and we went through a lot of it. This is called Astral Ascent. I don't know if you know what a roguelike game is. This was actually, I think, my introduction into roguelike games. But basically, there is this... It's kind of like a space game. I think, you know, if there are like different worlds and planets with, you know, different types of races and humanoid races and stuff on it. There's one character who's kind of like a god figure, and he's basically trapped a bunch of people. He has like a prison that's a planet, basically. And he ends up capturing your character, which you can choose between multiple characters. So the loop goes is you're trying to escape the planet, basically his little prison pretty much. And you go through all these rooms until you eventually fight him. And then if you beat him, then you get an ending, depending on which character you're using and all that jazz. So it's a pretty good thing. Like, concept, to be honest. There's a lot of cool character interactions. There's a lot of love in this game. Like, in every little bit. Depending on what character you're using, and there are different bosses that alternate depending on, like, which level you're on. All the bosses and characters all interact differently with each other. There's just a lot. It looks like Terraria, kinda. I can see it in the art, I guess, aspect of it, but in the gameplay, it's very, very different. It's super fun, though. Let me see. Probably that one? Yeah. And then... that's on hit, so we can actually give that to you. So it's almost like Valheim, it seems like. I have not played Valheim, actually. So you can actually see here, so you have different sections, and you start, they basically go into rooms. So in like one section, you go through a room, you fight all the enemies there, and then you get options on what the next room is. So like a challenge room, I have a reward here, or I can go here and get keys, which keys you can use to unlock chests, right? So if you're low on keys, you'd want to go here. If not, you go anywhere else to unlock them. There's like a lot of different rooms that you can do. And if you notice, it shows like we're kind of halfway through. The second to last one, obviously you can't see my finger, is kind of like a rest area where you get to pick upgrades and stuff like that. And then that final area is the boss of that one. And it cycles between, there are like 3 different bosses it could be per area. There are several areas to do, and then if you make it past all of them, you get to that final boss guy pretty much. I don't think we need that, so we'll do this one. And then it kind of just keeps recycling until you get past like a few of them, and then you get to that final boss. There's a lot of other stuff though that I won't confuse you by, because there's like a ton of rules and little stuff you gotta learn, but that's kind of the gists of it. It's really addicting though. But what's really cool about it is the different abilities and combinations you can use. Which, we're not getting super lucky with that today, unfortunately. It's been a minute. Oh, of course. There we go.
Don't cry, you had no chance.
So, one of the many upgrades you can get, probably the most important ones, aside from your spells in general, which these are like your attacks that you can get, are auras. And they just have random effects. But to put it simply, there are certain combinations that are incredibly good. So, one basically is every time your character heals yourself, you generate a missile, which just hovers around yourself, kind of like these orbs, but different. And whenever you're near an enemy, the missile launches at them, right? But then there's another thing where every time you attack somebody, you heal yourself every couple of hits, even though it's only a little bit. But because you keep healing yourself, you keep generating missiles. And then there's another one where when you generate a missile, there's a slight chance to, let's pretend it says a slight chance to heal yourself. Well, now you have a missile hit somebody, which heals you, which generates another missile, which hits somebody, which generates 15 more missiles, which heals you 15 times, which each generate 15 more missiles. And you can see how it already can get insane. And that's like just some of the fun with how the combinations can get in this game. Valheim is not the game I was thinking of. Now I need to know what that game's called. Oh, I hate that feeling. I know what you mean though. I can actually show you here. Actually, this is perfect. This is a really rare room called an Oris Collector. Basically, it just lets you pick, like, out of anything that you're wanting. So I'm gonna go to the healing, basically. So the ones I'm talking about, so Wild Breath. On hit, so every time you hit somebody, you have a small chance to heal yourself. And you want to combo that with Allergic Reaction. So now, every time you hit somebody, you know, you get healing. And then when life is restored, you create 5 missiles. And then on missiles hit, 15% chances to create an Ice Sword, but you also get increased missile damage. So basically, every time you hit somebody, you're generating missiles nonstop like crazy. So these two, Wild Breath and Allergic Reaction, work really well together. And then you can also do Spicy Drugs. On spell hit, this is separate, not needed, but this is another part of it. 20% chance to restore life, so it's more healing, which means more missiles, right? And then when life is restored, you get more damaging objects. And this is just like 3 items, right? But this is like the first standard one that Buddy, who introduced me to this game on Discord, actually showed me. I wish I could show you. The likelihood of us getting Allergic Reaction action after this is very low. But we don't have any healing, right? Hang on, let me check and see. I don't think we have any way of like healing ourselves. Enemies with burn, we get healing. So maybe we'll go with Allergic Reaction and then see if we're lucky enough to get Wild Breath.
Whoa, a new aura power.
So right now it's not really going to do a lot, but once we get the other aura, if we're lucky, it's RNG, there's so many options, so it's very hard to get. But if we're lucky enough later to get that aura, we'll be set. I will say the movement in this game is pretty insane. It's really satisfying and fun to use. Oh. And he's dead.
Go back to wherever you came from. Mystic Gambit.
Let's see. That one's already maxed. That's poison. Guess we'll do that one. Yeah, so these things surrounding me right now, those are actually the missiles. Ooh, the sun would actually be really good. Hourglass of Dreams, Vengeful Echo. That sounds sick. I have to go to the sun. I can't not choose the sun. I think this is new, though. We're going to have to check that out another time. I'm so curious.
Majestic.
But yeah, as you can see, this game is beautiful. The movement is really solid, by the way. Attacks slow you down midair. You have a double jump. Your dash actually dashes through attacks. But what's nice is if you attack and you hit somebody, it resets your attack and your jump. So you can very fluidly move from like one enemy to the other. It feels really, really good. Okay. But yeah, and then the missile type is neutral, so you don't want to get these neutral abilities. So on Spellcast, create 6 missiles. That's probably what we're gonna do. Or you can get gambits that also heal, so on each hit, chance to restore life, which would summon more missiles. So That's only one hit. We're not going to be able to use the affinity change, but we're probably going to switch the other one out anyway. So I guess Karen Comet? Yeah, I guess we can switch it out for the ignition one. 6 missiles with the cast, or on each hit. We're probably going to do the restore life, that way it summons more missiles. We'll switch it with that. And then I have the other ability that gives me 2 of them. I forgot about that, heck yeah. Yeah, this game is super in-depth, but really fun and addicting. Okay. We can actually switch out the pacification ability, probably. Yeah. We'll probably do healing again. I really hope that we get the Wild Breath one, because it'd be really fun to show you just how like OP it is. But we need another aura room, which we probably won't get to the next area after the next boss. Do mana and strength since we're going to be healing. Probably just delete these for monies. What? Still nothing? Lame.
Okay. Next portal, please.
So yeah, this is the rest area I was telling you about, which is kind of cool. You get to do upgrades and stuff, and it leads to the boss, basically.
Really cool for abs.
Oh, heck yeah, actually. Her one is
I say hello.
pretty solid.
Hello.
And we're maxed on her, so we're guaranteed to get the switch.
After so many challenges, it is only fair to
These are the bosses you fight too, by the way. You kind of like eventually grow like friendships with them, basically. And in certain challenges, if you succeed in them or whatever, you'll have the opportunities to swap them out or whatever, and basically summon them to help you out throughout the game. But there's that charge meter on the left you have to fill up first. Kind of like a massively long cooldown. Attack speed. And then that should be it. Oh, it's maxed. Kinda don't care about those two. More missiles, so that would work.
Gambits.
We'll buy these two and then refresh. I want the slot unlocker for sure. Refresh again. No, just give me something, please. That's lame. Oh my gosh, I can't get a neutral one to save my life, apparently. And now we can't afford it. Whatever. Okay, so... let's see, both of those are on spell cast. Yeah, I guess that works.
Lovely to see you.
Okay, time to kick some teeth in.
Got you again, man?
This is the last place you'll see today.
Doubt it. Oh, he's still going, dude. Jeez. Oh. Oh, crap. I might actually just die to him again, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I'm so dead. No, please. No, I'm out of this. No.
Weak.
Nah, we're just getting unlucky with the freaking RNG that we're getting. I think it's because they added so many more, like, auras and abilities and stuff. Yeah, that was the last one we were doing for today. But just to kind of showcase whatever, this is like the hub world pretty much, which is really pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff to check out. I don't think there's anything for me to collect, though.
Are you excited? Because I am. Are you excited? Because I am.
I think we're good.
Those are dangerous and classy. Make sure you compete with them on both fronts.
Oh, it's the change of body part. That's what the new symbol is on. There we go. Bugging my OCD. It's been so long, dude. We almost have 6K. I was gonna say that's insane, but that's only enough to buy one still. Jeez. Any upgrades? That would be good. More when salvaging. This one credit per reroll. Per tier to reroll for prowess, okay. These keys with starting. So we do start with 5, I thought so. So spell. Increases chances to add a level to drop spells. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Chances to transform common into a rare. That would probably be good. Oh, or actually no, we need to save that for the aura rarity for sure. Yeah, no, that's definitely the most important.
You, come closer.
Why? What do you want? Nothing new with you. Alright. I'm gonna check with this guy, and then I think we'll go ahead and call it. Oh, and yeah, these are all the characters, if you're still here. These are all the different characters you can play as, which are actually pretty cool. The spells and like all the upgrades and stuff you can equip are all the same, but they all have their own individual skills that you can basically pick and like have available throughout. They also have their own signature spell, which the one I was playing with Kieran, his is the counter ability pretty much. But everybody else has kind of like their own unique playstyle. And abilities and stuff, which is pretty cool. Okay, it looks like I bought everything. Why is it locked? Oh, I probably locked it to make it easier to get what I want. Alright, we're probably gonna save those though for that. The Aura one. This game is definitely really relaxing, very nice to get to and just kind of chill, so. But yeah. So, that was a lot of fun, guys. I hope you guys had a good time, enjoyed the Bible reading and all that good jazz. I definitely enjoy it. I'm definitely excited to get back into it coming next week. We're probably going to get back into it next Sunday. We may have a normal stream this Thursday. We'll see based on how busy I am and what's going on. But yeah, I think that'll about cut it. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Kai Chronix and Emre, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I loved the conversations. It was great meeting you guys. God bless. Good luck to you, Emre, and y'all have a good and blessed night. Peace.